So warmly welcome, Margaret and Emerald, in different places in the world. I'm just honored to have you, for sure. I'm like so excited and shivering again. It's just amazing to have your support in coming together to share about. We're going to share about chapter 5. Yeah. But first of all, if you would like to just introduce yourself, where you are in the world and who you are, and maybe your first like reflections of just having got a peek that the book is happening.
Sure, shall
Emerald,
I start?
yes.
Oh,
Emerald, you start.
Thanks, Margaret. I'm Emerald, and I'm based in London in the UK, and I'm a conscious sexuality educator and coach. And I met Matilda this January 2020 in Iceland.
Yay.
And yay! And we've stayed in touch since then, and I'm just so delighted that you've asked me to talk to you about your new book, which I'm really thrilled for you to be launching. So yeah, that's me.
Great. Any first reflection on the book, just like
when I was reading it, I was hearing your voice and feeling you just talking. You might as well have been reading it to me. It was all the words and the way that it was written and the language used. I was like, oh, it's just Matilda. It's just, yeah, it was. So that's my first reflection. It's just purely you.
Thank you. Very differently kind of written in a way. Yeah, we'll talk more about that. Yeah. Thank you. Margaret, please.
Hello, my name is Margaret. I live in south coast of Iceland in a small town called Hvolsvöllur. I'm a life coach, author, and a speaker, and an influencer. What is my first reaction when you had the connection to connect with me about the book? Was, yes, it is happening. And I am so thrilled and grateful for that. And my first impression on the book is, this is so needed. It is so needed for people to have the information and being able to, it's such a gift. That's what it is. It's a great gift. Thank you.
Thank you. I feel that, and I'm so happy that is kind of heard and reflected. That's the whole point. It is that it's like a gift of the sharing. So we will talk some more and come back to those who wants to listen. It's so good to just breathe and relax. Yeah. Your reflections, you have now been reading the chapter number 5, which, and you also read the content and the back, and the book is not out there yet. It's a few days for that. What reflections, questions?
I don't think there's any. I think there is the perfect reason why you've offered Daily Energy chapter 5 for me to read, because it was exactly what I needed to read last night. And it's a story of my life. So I thought that was a very generous gift. So thank you for that.
That's so amazing. And will you share how? How is the story, and tell us.
Yeah, I loved reading. I think it's on the second line, is to ask for support is a responsible act coming from an independent person. And when I read that, I thought, yeah, that sounds like me. I find it very difficult to ask for support when I need it, especially around my energy levels, and I often give out a lot and don't nourish and nurture my own energy. And just sort of from reading that and reminding myself, and it also took me back to spending time with you in Iceland in January, and actually that whole process of asking for support when it's needed just came to me, and I just thought, I thank you, Matilda. I'm very, very grateful. So yeah, that's how it resonated deeply with me, that piece.
Yeah, great. The chapter is called Daily Energy and starts out with you know, the possibility of actually, you know, like feeling into one's own energy and holding oneself, you know, in account of, you know, where am I full of energy? Am I lacking energy? Like me being responsible. It's like a possibility.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Margaret, reflections on that, or if you want to go on.
It is, I can tell the same thing. It is, it was such a surprise to reading it. It's like, how does he knows that I really need this? And this is so, I mean, it is reminder of like, for me, it is like, I am the only one who have control of my own energy. And I am responsible for my energy and how I present my energy. And also it's a fantastic reminder for me is that I can choose. I do not have to feel any certain way, like taking the reflection from the outside. It is first and foremost for me. And it's it will be creating a new pathway for me, like the connection in the energy field, and having the reminder of how I can establish myself. And the strongest accomplishment that I got into my head was I had like a glimpse of a memory in the since France when we were there in 2018 in the garden, in the Sexuality garden.
Yes,
it was
please,
terrifying.
like tell about the context. Why were we together in France? If you just share that so people know.
It was the life coaching session with the session with Evolvia.
Yeah, you were with
school.
us in the advanced coach training program in South France. Yeah.
Yes, and what amazing energy there. And there is so it to me now it feels like 10 years ago, not 2, but and to be able to connect and realizing the energy is always there, and taking the leadership in my own leading and being in my choice of energy, like positive, giving, loving, and caring. That is my core energy. And I don't have anything to do with negative energy and being boring and dull. That is not my field to be in. And this is a beautiful reminder of that. And I was reading to the name of the chapters, like I was like, I want to do this. I want to have this book. I want to go through every step of the way. And it's beautiful how you put it up, and it is a fantastic reminder of that, like when you are in the touch of your own energy, you are able to create the magic. And that is a beautiful.
Can you say that again? Because that was like a golden line there. Can you say that again?
About being in touch with your own energy, then you create the magic.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes.
I love how that is key. And I love that's like what the chapter is about. To sit around and complain that there's no magic in my life. What if it's about me being conscious, present to myself? Then magic, it's possible for like magic and bliss to appear. Yeah.
I think it's also a piece around when you're able to be present with yourself, you're then able to open to the presence of others and support them as well. So it's sort of that's the union piece, isn't it? So once you've sort of come to your own center, it's then possible to open to another. And I think that definitely felt felt that in the last paragraph, the last section of your of that chapter. The leadership in relationship is about bringing myself to the table, to the bed, the relationship full of energy. This is my art, which I love.
Yeah.
And
It's
then
beautiful.
being able to do that is, then being able to hold space for the other as well.
Yeah, you're connecting it with holding space in like a practitioner.
No, I mean just in a partnership, in a relationship, supporting
With
each
another.
other. Holding space might be a bit of a generic term, but I mean just being present with the other, with your partner.
Yes.
If you're able to be present with yourself and
Yeah.
support your own energy, then you're able to share that with somebody.
It becomes so clear in a way. If I can have me present and conscious, going into some closer merge with someone who's not present, it's like in there, in something that becomes one type of quality. Yeah. Or also for me to be in my and meeting someone who's really present, that also becomes one kind of quality. Having one person be present, and meeting, as Emerald, being able to be close to someone who's also that present. That's like magic, bliss, magic.
Yes.
This is a beautiful sentence here. The opposite would be coming home drained after the day, complaining that the magic is not there, and attempting to create a closeness which will collapse into misery. That is very powerful reminder of that, taking that moment and breathing in a bit and center yourself. Because then it's like, we need to just get the words out of our heads to be able to connect through our hearts. So it's sometimes it's a long way between here and here, but do not for me, this is the feeling that I get is like, remember my energy is the thing that I bring to the table.
And this is just gold in my ears. I so want people to kind of get this as much as possible. Can we just, how do you do that? How do you how would you share about how do you like bring yourself to presence? Is it possible to share about that? Yeah.
Margaret, would you like to go first this time?
Thank you. It's like taking the well, I really need to have like a live. I need to have a small story here. What came to my mind is that like bringing myself to here and now is my experience of driving the ambulance, which I did for several long time, and the like when I came home from like driving, like going on a car, doing the work, getting everything, and all the adrenaline and everything was just on a full throttle, and then coming home and settling down, that was sometimes very difficult. And what I'm connecting here is that we need to take the time to stop. And what I did, I when I'm having a difficult day and difficult area in my life, and I really need to change that. For me, it's easiest to take a walk or go to the swimming pool or take a shower. And because my healing energy is the nature and the water, and by doing that is that I'm able to take the moment and bring myself into the present. And sometimes we do not have the time for it. Then it's the breathe and telling like, I'm here, I'm right here now, and what is that what is it that I'm going to do with it? What is it that I will give to this moment? And what am I bringing to the kitchen table at dinner time? Is it lightning? Is it enlightening? Is it, am I taking the place and talking to the family? Or am I just throwing dishes and being frustrated? And it's not, it is maybe about not giving myself the discount of my responsibility. And that is that is my feeling about that. And not leaving and not putting, not throwing it just to the other members of my family. They have no idea what I'm thinking and feeling, but if I'm mad and frustrated, they will know, but it's not there to deal with it. I have to deal it with myself.
Fantastic, and fantastic. What a like a real life example, and I think sometimes I don't have time. Sometimes we don't have time. Possibly we have to like start making the time, like start being responsible for finding, creating, like, yeah, what kind of quality do I want to bring to myself and to the people around me? Yeah, Emerald.
Thanks. So yeah, I have an agreement in my home. I'm a single mum with 2 children. One's 13 and one's 9. And we have a rule or agreement, I should say, is that we all take a breath before we enter the house. So my son takes himself to and from school on his own. So before he puts his key in the door, I invite him to stop, take a breath, and then come into the house. Wow. I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
That's so cool.
What
does that? How would you describe what that may do? You know,
I think it just encourages us to slow down and be more present with how we enter the home space. And I know I'm being quite specific in your description of coming home drained after the day, but actually just coming into the house with more presence and just more awareness of your own energy and what impact that might have on other people and yourself as well, because often he's carrying things from school or the bus ride home, or he lost his bus pass again, or he can't find his rugby boots, or whatever the reason is. It just allows him to just come in with a little bit more presence, a little bit more self-awareness, which is challenging for all of us, but particularly for teenagers, I feel. And so yeah, and then I think the other thing that I try and do is, for me personally, when I hear that "Mom" in the background, I have to always take a deep breath before I respond. And I think for me that that helps enormously to be more present and just to notice how I'm responding and reacting rather than taking a moment to respond more consciously and presently.
That's so amazing. Can I just stop you right there just for a moment? Do we take it like just a deep breath?
Yes, we can.
Can we do it?
Yeah.
It's so good. I always want to take more than one when I take one. Please go on.
Thanks. Rest for me is something that I have started to allow myself to do more of when I can. So sometimes if I've had a particularly busy day and I need to go and pick up my daughter from school, I might try and have just 20 minutes lying down on the sofa, and most of the time I fall asleep. So just that helps me reset my awareness of my energy, and wow, okay, I'm falling asleep at 2:40 in the afternoon. That's that indicates to me that there's an imbalance somewhere. Yeah, so as you say, rest, it's so simple and complex, but core as well, because it's what it's rest and digest, and rest is so crucial to being able to manage your energy.
Very, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. and it's also very responsible, you know, to just notice. I am tired. I am lacking energy. The opposite is kind of, oh, there's something wrong with everyone else, not noticing. You know, the beauty of allowing oneself to come into presence with oneself. It's just such a key. It's enormous.
It is, and it's really difficult for in normal life to slow down sometimes, to remember to slow down, to allow yourself to notice these voices in our bodies, listen to our bodies actually. We're often so busy sort of rushing around the next thing, or we need to get this person this place, or we need to cook, or we need to whatever it may be. Slowing down I think is the key to.
I love your expression also. You say listen to the body, because we have ourselves with us all the time. We're in the body all the time, and now it's just coming to me right now, because maybe all of us are getting more, sensitive in a way. So the experience of all the things happening on the outside becomes so much, it like take our energy. Everything's so quick, everything is so fast, the impressions are so many. So being conscious of and allowing myself to get, just peace or slowness, or, that's maybe, I'm just putting it out there. To me, I'm just going to give one piece and then you come in, everyone. I often hear, what I notice is we don't get like support from the outside. We don't get like support to slow down from society, from our workplaces, from, whatever. Yeah. So, but I don't know, should that be? Maybe that should be. We're moving around, we're driving cars, we're doing, stopping, starting. I think the first steps is to start to look at, how am I walking around? What do I need? How do I need my workplace to be, or, I'm just thinking.
What different choices can we make in our lives to allow ourselves to slow down, even though society doesn't really allow it so much? And I want to bring in gender here, but I don't know if it's particularly relevant or how that's going to feel. But I think
Sure.
as a cis female woman, I feel that I feel the pressure to keep going and doing all these things, and almost sort of self-indicted pressure, but also societal pressure to, have a job, be able to support my family, be a good friend, have lovers, all these things that I want for myself too, but also this sort of the pressure that I feel to be able to do all those things from society is huge. But we don't have to adhere to those as well. I think we have an element of choice in how we present ourselves and how we choose to live. Although it does add complications and challenges, doesn't it, to try and go against society expectations, to slow down. But I don't know what I live in London, which is super busy. It's like beyond. In fact, I've barely been out into central London since this year, because I just can't face it anymore. It's too busy for me now. So I think that's, I don't know. So I've been to southern Iceland and it's beautifully sparse and barren and peaceful. So I'm curious also whether where we live has an impact on this slowing down ability as well. I mean, must do.
Margaret, you want to keep reflecting?
What came to my mind is this is so needed for the time now. And having the focus on ourselves instead of the world that is collapsing. And with the virus and everything going on, we are kind of pushed into the way of our home to ourselves and to our own being. And this is, for me, this is amazing gift. Like there will be so much. Well, I'm looking forward to notice around me and noticing the buzz in the, well, when people start to read this and they start to let themselves open, like going in and like, well, the beautiful part is like knowing you, Matilda, and knowing that you have a wonderful way of pushing people to their edges and pushing them a little bit forward. That's a beautiful gift. And I was just reading again to this to the chapter number 1, love, longing, love, and commitment. And the feeling that you are describing there, I know that feeling. And being in the fight of your fear and like the unknown is like what is happening is that you need to get over, you need to go to the edge and you need to jump into the gap. You need to do that. And I think I will put this book into the Christmas package to choice in friends and family, because no, I don't think I will do that, because this is so beautiful. And by just like reading to it, is like you have that is a fantastic idea. You have the gift of giving the people the curiosity of the cat. So we need to know more. It's a beautiful thing. Oh my God, it's beautiful.
And tell me, you know, the beautiful thing that you get when you read. What is that you're getting? You know, is it possible to describe it? I just see a huge smile on your face, like wow, like a sunshine.
No, it's for me. It's like it's just what I'm experiencing. The energy change since the shift of energy that I'm actually feeling, and like the glimpse of memories and knowing that is that I have the courage and I have the courage to follow the curiosity that is you are planting with those seeds and this with these words and sentences, like what is next? I need to know what is next. Where is it? Where can it take me? What is that I wanna do about it? Is it enough for me to just read this small glimpse of the book? And no, it's not. I need to know more. Where is it? Where can I find it? Give me that book.
but you know, the whole as you know now from reading just the first sentences and everything, is that you know how the whole daily practice that started out with a request from my life partner coming with an article. See, he showed me an article with a couple who had daily sexual practice. And I said, oh, okay, that's strange, but let's do it, you know, let's try it. And we're still doing that. The whole thing is what it has opened up in my body, and all these different kind of orgasms and everything that I had no idea it's possible to live in a bliss state the whole day around. And people have asked me, you know, why don't you share? You should share. And I don't know how to share this. So finally now I have found like one way of sharing bits and pieces to describe. And in other chapters also you will see I write how I'm feeling. I write how I'm describing what my presence is in the moment whilst writing. So I talk about energy starting, I talk about horniness, I talk about nipples and vagina, and it's so fun to be able, you know, it brings out so much joy. So, you know, it's like a complete joy to like, yeah, show me, and at the same time it's really scary now. So it's so, you know, so it's just a mix like that.
It's so liberating for people. Like, it's so liberating for people, and especially for people who've been in relationships for a long time, who are older, you know. I feel that is just key to keeping that energy going. And I have a question for you, Matilda, if that's okay.
Please.
What do you mean by daily sex? Do you mean what do you mean?
Yeah.
What does sex mean in this context?
Yes, that one chapter is about that also later.
Oh, can I read that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Where is that one?
Yeah, exactly. But really, it doesn't matter really. That's also so amazing, because I'm the person writing. It's like coming through me. But then it really doesn't matter what I think, because it's what you do with it. But I'm still going to answer as well as I can. Yeah. So for us, we actually meet in intercourse. We go into like complete union. Yeah. At least once every 24 hours. So that's what we are doing. But it really does not matter if it's that. It's about allowing yourself. It can be with yourself going into the most amazing union. You know, so it's more about how much, because what this is doing to me is that it's open up, and it kind of forces my being to expand in being with bliss. I had no idea I could like be in orgasmic flows forever, you know, literally forever. So it's me just deciding when to not be in that much, you know. But as I sit here and breathe in, I am in contact with my sexual energy. It's running. So I'm like hosting, I'm like turned on the whole time. Yeah. And I had no idea that's possible. So it's more like questioning, am I using any minutes at all over the 24 hours for pleasure? You know, could I possibly increase it, or do I want? I don't mind what anyone does. It's like I just there's some need in me. I need to share that it's possible to walk around in bliss.
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I think the piece around, you know, having daily sex with yourself, for example, is just so beautiful. Like, even just touching the inside, sometimes just spending a moment to touch the inside of my hands is so orgasmic, and I can't even believe how much pleasure is in these hands. It's amazing. So obviously I don't have a partner to share with at the minute, but I have myself and my hands, and that brings me lots of pleasure too. So thank you for explaining that.
Yes, and every, you know, when you start to be present, every part of the body is sensual.
Yes.
Is sexual. And how many experiences can you have with only hands? It's like millions. And then go to other, you know, sensitive areas. So it's like a feast when you're present to it, and that's what it's all about, really. Yeah.
Thank you,
Margaret. Reflections.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful, and the energy level of being in the state of feelings, and I think well, I know that the difference between being in an active sexual relationship, both with yourself or with a partner, and there is a huge difference in feeling, and I think sex is and orgasm is the best medication for pain. I think it's the best medicine for like all the muscle tension and everything is like, I mean, it's coming down to the fight or flight feeling. It's like we are in a stretch situation and we need to get the energy, we need to get the hormones and all these chemicals in our body. We need to have that working. So, and being in contact with our yoni and with the energy, and giving us the power of being in connection with our yoni and with the power that we have and the energy, is that we are able to make we are more capable of giving. And the power of it is, there are so many things in woman, like my experience this summer has been fantastic. I'm divorced and I have a different partner, and we sing beautiful. The connection between us is very strong and powerful, and it has the thing that I didn't have. And I'm so grateful for myself and and taking the responsibility of nurturing myself without anyone else, and taking the part of being like, I am a woman, I need to have the energy, because it is my fuel, that's my life core. And
yes.
yes. And there I have been studying, taking time where I have like sexual orgasm every day for like at least 3 weeks period of time. And the clearness and the power that I have when I'm in connection with my female energy, it is a whole different thing. It is just a whole different thing. And I think, oh, it's so beautiful. It's I mean, being able to first, I remember when I met you and you started to talk about this bliss, is like, where can I have those mushrooms? It's like it is challenging to understand and open the mind to what you are telling, what you are explaining to us, and people like, is that how it's supposed to be? And it is that way. And the saddest part that I know is that I know women around me, they have no idea how to touch themselves, or how to give themselves to a man, or to themselves, or whatever they are, whatever your desire is that not being able to give yourself to this bliss. And there will be a lot of voices that will be like not understanding, and then we have the like, when when it's like a child is I get the feeling when we are children and we need something, we want to have something, it's like you get frustrated, but you don't want to do the job. And what I'm seeing reading through the definition of the chapters, and you guide it step by step, and that is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. And it's amazing. I'm just out of words here. It's just yes.
Really beautiful. Yeah. And it, to me also, it has been this journey. I had no idea. It actually started out with us having this activity, that this is how my journey was. Us having this after 4 children, okay, first 4 children, yeah, and then starting having this activity, then all of a sudden I'm walking around just feeling so like glowing. Yeah. And I had no one to talk about this with. I had, you know, I thought maybe it's something wrong, you know, this needs to go away. Yeah. So then I looked around where are groups that talk about this. I found ISTA, for example. I went for a whole week. Brought my life partner. I was so scared. I've never been so scared in my whole life that week. It was so scary. All these exercises, which are really not hard, but they were challenging because they're challenging mindset, kind of. Yeah. And it still opened up so much. So I decided I want more of this space. So I'm organizing in Iceland since a few years. And that's where I met Emerald, who were assisting. Yeah. So this, you know, there are spaces. And after that, I trained in de-armoring. So even like de-armor blockages, it's possible to go to private sessions. It's possible to go to study, to de-armor your own body from thought blockages, packages. And maybe that's what you're doing, Emerald.
Yeah, I'm actually
you can
training.
share about how that works.
Oh, yeah, thanks. I'm training at the minute as a sexological body worker. So it's not really de-armoring, but it's more about inviting people to feel the felt sense within their body and respond and sort of navigate their boundaries and consent around touch, and just to open themselves up a little bit more to receiving more pleasure, and this can support people in process. Maybe they're healing from previous sexual trauma or other emotional or relationship traumas and things like that. But I think what this book does, and what sexological bodywork does, and what ISTA does, and what de-arming does, is it's starting to normalize sexuality and starting to normalize the conversations that we haven't had in the public sphere for many years. And people, you know, some relationships don't even talk about sex when they're in relationships. So it's not like, so it's if you can normalize the conversation for people in relationships, that is such a huge step. And then the next step, I guess, is normalizing it in society, and just, you know, sex and intimacy being as normal as eating and sleeping and resting is part of our energy exchange and energy resources, isn't it? You know, I think that's the beauty of this book. And I love the fact that that you're older and talking about this, because there's so many women out there who need this. You know, I'm 35, so I'm not very old, and I feel that women who, when they get older, feel, from what I've experienced and heard, not what I've experienced, but what I've heard from other people's experiences, they feel like they're off the shelf, or they've sort of passed their expiry date, or it's not, they're not seen anymore as beautiful or as women, even in some places. You know, it's but then there's other cultures and who really celebrate the crone energy, or the older, wiser woman. And I think that we need to get back into that in our society, to really celebrate these women telling the stories, because that's the wisdom. There's so much wisdom there that is being silenced. And so yeah, I'm so happy that you've written this book for me when I'm now, and for me when I'm older, and for my daughter, and, you know, for everyone. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you for that. And it's, to me, it's so natural, you know, so I don't even kind of relate to that. I would not feel as I'm feeling. But of course I see that having 4 children experiencing what I'm experiencing is already, you know, like unusual.
Yes, it is.
And being 50 years old and experiencing what I'm feeling is also different. So or new. And I want to call everything like an upgrade. We haven't been wiser. We haven't had access. We haven't understood. So it's more like we're allowing us more. It's really more effective living. And that's what I adore, because what I also studied was tantric massage. And all of a sudden, pleasure, you know, like conscious pleasure, is access also to transformation. You know, so that we are starting to bring into our lives that pleasure is for our healing, is for our well-being, is nurturing us, and it's like an effective tool, maybe the most effective tool of all. You know, the gentleness, the kindness, the conscious, and I just adore that.
And we can gift that tool to ourselves. We don't need to go see a de-armoring practitioner or a sexological body worker or do a really intensive training. You know, we have the power and the resource within ourselves, if our energy levels are good, which is why this chapter is relevant, to heal ourselves from this, from our conditioning and things. If we have if we're allowed, if we're given the permission to because it's normal, you know, I think that's the piece that is so key here. It's like, we have the capacity to heal ourselves if we're given the permission to. So yeah,
I love that those words are all that we have the capacity to heal ourselves if we give ourselves permission.
If we give ourselves permission, yes.
Yeah. So if we allow ourselves to spend the time in pleasure, to nourish ourselves with rest, shower, water, you know, this break in between, we have the healing in our own hands. How amazing is that? You know, what you know, it's like, whoa. And
sorry, just
yeah, sure, go
on. But seeing other people giving themselves permission allows, that's kind of what I said, is it's what I meant to say, was seeing, so you writing this book is you're giving yourself permission to share your story and share your truth and your experience, and that gives other people permission as well. You know, if they see you giving yourself permission, they're like, I can do that too, yes. So yay.
Oh yeah, I wish for that absolutely. Yeah.
It's just a beautiful reminder.
I love that you call it reminder, Margaret. I adore that, because it's nothing new. It's nothing new. It's in everyone. It's already there. You know, it's really just reminding us. You know, the whole the energy of sexual energy is in everyone. That's our life energy. It's already there. So it's more about allowing, just allowing a little bit more. If you like, you don't have to do anything, but you know, for anyone who would like to feel even better in life, allow the sexual energy to be present without doing anything with it.
Yeah, being able to hold it. Oh, sorry, Margaret, you look like you're about to speak.
Talk, please. You're welcome. Talk.
Okay, thanks. I was just thinking yeah, you say you don't have to do anything with it. You can use that energy to cultivate and to give you resource for other areas of your life, like creativity and work and whatever, family, and doing art and gardening and all sorts of things. I think that's the beauty of life force energy. It doesn't necessarily have to be about sex. You know, you can use that energy for...
Yeah, can you talk about this? Because this I had no idea about also. That you can be in, you can feel your sexual energy running in your body. You don't have to take it away. It can be there, and you, as you say, you can cultivate it. How does that work? Could you explain a little bit? How would you how would the both of you kind of describe it, and I'll share my points also. Yeah.
Yeah. So I noticed that when I'm in an aroused state, and I don't necessarily mean genitally aroused, I mean sort of my energetically aroused, my sexual energy is sort of moving through my body, I'm able to be far more creative in what I'm creating. So that things seem to sort of flow through me a lot more easily. So I'm able to write clearer, I'm able to communicate more clearly. I have far more ideas that are more concrete and able, or maybe sometimes not concrete, actually. Sometimes they're just sort of, there seems to be a lot of birthing of things. And I think for me, that's how my sexual energy is manifested into my being, is into my life, is this kind of more creativity and not as many blocks and sort of stagnations or freezes.
But I think a question that people might have is, when you feel sexually aroused or sexually energized, don't you have to take it away? You know, what do you know, can you just be there? What about that? You know?
So I tend to move it around my body a bit more. So I might move it to my heart, and then sometimes it feels like my heart is...
How do you do that? How do you move the energy?
So by focus of attention and by using breath. So sort of really focusing your energy and sort of really breathing the focus up into different areas of your body. Well, that's what, into my body, that's what I do. So yeah, sort of focus of attention and breath and some movement sometimes as well. That's, yeah, for me. But it's been a bit of a journey with me and my sexual energy, I have to say, but that's not a story for today. And I'm still learning. I feel like I'm a bit like a clambering toddler. I was saying this, yeah, I feel like a toddler in a lot of my life, but in this sort of how to manage my energy levels, I still feel like I'm learning that. And so yeah, I'm not a person of great knowledge around this, just my own experience.
But that's fantastic pieces. You know, all pieces are fantastic. Margaret, something you want to share about, like, containing sexual energy and like containing it?
Yeah. Yes, it is like I was just thinking about the easiest way for me to turn on my energy is dancing. And by dancing is like I get into a better connection with my body, and what is like I like to be in you know, the sexual energy, knowing my sex appeal is working, and sex appeal is also connected also to it. And when sometimes I don't even think about it. I'm not trying to show that. I'm not trying to give it out to the world or nothing. I'm just doing my thing. And the energy, I mean, people they sense the energy, and it's not that I want them to, they just do that. And to me is that I use this energy for myself if I need to create something, and I notice when the flow of the energy is like it is starting. Yeah, it is. I know it starts in my yoni and in the root chakra and everything, and I need to be grounded. I need to have control over things, and by doing that and allowing the energy to flow, it's and using it to creative thing, and that is a powerful tool. And I would like to talk about like being the gift of being 50 and being able to have powerful sexual relationship with someone. That is amazing. And to be honest, I thought by the time I was 50, I would be not doing anything. But I started to read, and there's a book that I have been reading a lot that's about the goddess and how they Óðurinn Evu. I can't remember the English word for it.
That's fine.
And it's about how we can meditate into the goddess and how we can take their, like, manifest on their power to have that come more into us. And of course, Aphrodite is the sex goddess and gives of the magic and everything. So I give that, I talk about it to my friends that they need to have like be in sync with their inner Aphrodite and everything, and so it is so amazing to have to be able to have the next chapter, like to be able to connect this book, and like you can walk through it here, and by needing and the education of normal energy of sex and all the sexiness and everything, that is, it's so important.
Mm. What you bring up is the movement, you know, the movement of the body, and you use music,
Yeah.
which is then called dancing, you know. But moving the body supports the moving. You made this movement also. Supports the movement of the sexual energy to move in the body freely also. So I'm going to add my experience to that, instead of having the view that I had when I felt, you know, me turned on or horny or like that, I thought I need to peek and have it go away. That was my programming. You know, it's not, shouldn't show it for anyone, just peek and go, you know, it's like, take it away. What I now understand is that this is something to welcome, and just to notice, just to say, well, hello, energy, I feel you. I feel the lips on my yoni. I feel the, you know, parts of my inner thighs, or I feel just my arm touching the mid of my body, and you know, I feel how sexy that is and beautiful, and be able to just allow it, like breathe there and just sense it, and allow the beautiful pleasure to just, you know, it's like it's like I feel it like a circle almost. It's like running through in a circle, and that's a huge like relaxation to me. There's nothing to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just feel it. And not to judge it either, just to notice it as it is. Yes,
and it's actually, to me, it's the opposite now. You know, I judge it as this is the place to be. I judge it as fantastic, you know, instead of, so to be able to walk around in this, if I'm in a store, or if I'm paying at the cashier or talking to someone, my body is still doing what my body is doing, and I'm allowing it to do whatever it's doing. Yeah. Yeah.
I really enjoyed the questions at the end of the chapter, and I'm just wondering, are they in every chapter?
It's also so funny because it's funny for me to say it because I have not experienced it before, because I have, when I have been like encountered with, why don't you share, then I've started to think, okay, what pieces should I share then? You know, what is this all about? What is it giving? What are we doing? Yeah, what how is this working? Yeah, so then I kind of grasped, oh, this piece, I need to write about this. Okay, so I write it as a title. Yeah, and then I just think, okay, what is important about this? What am I doing? What are we doing? And then I just write, and all of a sudden there come some questions. Okay, and that's it. It's not changed. Text is not corrected. Yeah, the grammar is corrected sometimes, but as you see, also my worry has been, I'm writing like almost like poetry sometimes, or you know, like talk. So this has become my way of describing what's happening in my body, in the mix of my speaking language, writing. So to me, it's now, you know, like a painting. I'm not going to change it. You know, it's just, this is how it is. And I hope you know, someone will enjoy it, kind of. It's like this. Yeah. So in some chapters, there are questions, most, I think, but it's not like a rule like that. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Any other, let's start to complete. Any reflection in the end? I thank you so much, of course. How, you know, any last reflections before we finish?
When can I get the book?
It's I think within 2 weeks. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I'd like to echo what Margaret said about it being a reminder, and the coincidence of you sending this message to me yesterday when I cancelled something that I'd been looking forward to for a month, and I just didn't have the energy to go. And I thought of all the different ways that I could get there. So I could get an Uber, which is I think you have Ubers, taxi service there and back, and I could go there and I could just ask to be stroked and held, but I didn't even have the energy for that. So I said I cancelled my plans, and that's why you were able to get me on this on this chat, because I wasn't where I was supposed to be last night. So I got this opportunity to read about daily energy and to remind me. So thank you for the reminder.
And I just want to thank you so much, because it's such a support to me. I really, honestly, as all of this is to me, is that while now being on the edge of actually releasing it, so it's open for everyone, my body is just feeling so scared. It's like terrified. It's like, is it, how will this be received? Blah, 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 like all this. So it feels like shame and all this. Shouldn't talk about this subject. It's dirty. It's wrong. Wow. All of this is going through. So for me to invite you to share, it's a complete support, So, and it's so revealing to hear your angles and your happiness, and so I just truly thank you, and talk to you soon again.
Thank you for having me, Matilda. Lovely to meet you, Margaret.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. It's fantastic to meet you. And I think we should meet again someday. I think we should.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, to me, Matilda, it's I'm so grateful for you to send me the question and ask me to read it, and it is an honor, and it's highly appreciated. And to me, it is my daughter. She is 10 years old today.
Oh, and, congratulations!
Thank you. And the day she, like 10 years ago, I was in a terrifying state of being, because she was born only 24 weeks into the pregnancy, and she's 10 years now. So giving birth to a book or a baby is quite the challenge, but it is one of the best days in the whole calendar of doing this. So, and I remember, I can't remember where it was, Matilda, but I remember, no, there is a feeling that I have now that I need to share. And that was the last day in France, when we stood under the tree and you were graduated, like finishing the school. And I remember when we were holding each other and just being together in this beautiful area under the tree and in the vineyard of France, and that moment, and sensing your energy and sensing the power that you're able to share with people, that is amazing. That is so big and so powerful gift. And you were talking about your fear. I don't see any fear in you. I don't. You don't come to me as a scared person. You do not.
You have no idea what's going on the inside.
I know. It's beautiful. But, and well, I have, I wish that, my wish is that we will be seeing each other after a year, taking this conversation again.
Oh.
When we have done the book, we have written the book, we've gone through the exercise and everything, and the whole life has happened in a 1 year. That is my question, and that is my ask to do. And I just this is such a beautiful reminder of that, like, we are able to be reborn in our energy every day, every single day. And the question is what is the last question on the chapter? What is my best focus of my energy in the next hour? It is giving and nurturing, using the energy that I have to give and nurse, and having a birthday party. That is, yes.
Yay! Beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm in tears.
Thank you.
And I'm also in hot flash right now. I don't know if you see it, but everything you don't see what's going on, the terrifying everything. And right now I'm redder than usual because I have a menopause hot flash going on. So it's I'm just when I feel that you get who I am, oh, that's such a reward. So
your sizzling energy.
yes.
Yeah, you're on fire, Matilda.
Let's
Sizzling.
like turn on the whole world. Yes. Thank you for now.